At the beginning of the story, we are shown a family living happily, unaware that within minutes something terrifying was about to happen to them. While the husband and wife were busy chatting, they suddenly heard people screaming outside. When they rushed out, they saw chaos all around. People were leaving their homes in panic, as if something terrible was about to happen. Jason and Beth noticed that even their neighbors were frantically packing up and leaving. Jason asked one of them why they were leaving, but they were in such a hurry that they didn't reply. Jason then saw their neighbor's son packing his belongings. When Jason asked the boy where they were going, the boy replied that his father's friend, a government officer, had warned them a deadly virus had spread that could turn a normal human into a monster. Just then, the boy's mother dragged him away. Jason asked her about the virus, but she only said, "This isn't the time to talk. Take your wife and daughter and get as far away from this city as you can." This terrified Jason and Beth. Jason quickly put his family in the car and drove out of the city. But along the way, they noticed something strange. The same people who had been fleeing were now turning back. A little further, they got stuck in traffic. When they stepped out, they realized the only road out of the city was blocked by the police. Helicopters hovered overhead, and authorities announced that a deadly virus had spread in the city, urging everyone to return home. Jason found this suspicious. If a virus had spread, why were people being forced to stay inside the city instead of being evacuated? Suddenly, a huge boulder tumbled down from the mountain onto their car. The mountain shook, and two military fighter jets appeared from behind it, heading straight for the city. Moments later, they unleashed a rain of bombs, turning the city into ashes. Beth realized that if they had listened to the police and gone back, they would have perished in the destruction. Soon the jets began attacking people on the roads too. It became clear that the government itself wanted them all dead. People ran for their lives, but Jason and Beth knew they wouldn't survive if they stayed on the roads. Beth spotted a school on the hill and decided it might be safer. The family ran toward it, and just in time they found a tunnel beneath the school. Seconds before bombs hit, they locked themselves inside the underground bunker and survived. But now the bigger question troubled them. What kind of virus was so dangerous that the government had to wipe out an entire city? With no answers, they decided to stay hidden. The bunker had expired but still edible food supplies, enough for 3 people for a while. However, life underground was suffocating. They ate the same stale food every day, drank muddy water, and killed time playing cards. Days turned into months, and they realized they had already spent over 300 days in hiding. One day, Joey, their daughter, used a periscope Beth had made to peek outside. All she saw was devastation, ash, ruins, and no trace of human life. The little girl began to fear that they might be the last survivors on Earth. Her mother comforted her, saying maybe other families were also hiding somewhere. But trouble soon found them. Their food cans were mysteriously found empty. Something was stealing from them. They suspected rats and decided to catch them. When Jason tried to kill a rat with a knife, it escaped and toppled their lantern, causing a fire. Though they put it out, smoke leaked through the ventilation, possibly revealing their hideout. Jason and Beth stepped out to clear ashes and cover their tracks, leaving Joey inside. Through the periscope, Joey saw something horrifying, dark shadows racing toward her parents. In panic, she rushed outside, only to be grabbed by her mother just as a herd of deer thundered past. The animals' frantic running signaled something dangerous was nearby. Back inside, they soon heard footsteps above. Something was prowling over their bunker. Joey's doll accidentally made a sound, revealing their presence. Heavy thuds shook the bunker as a monstrous figure with glowing eyes tried to break in. Though Jason fought it off with a pipe, they realized their location was exposed. Soon, countless footsteps gathered above, and the bunker door was under violent attack. The monsters broke through. Jason, Beth, and Joey fled deeper inside, blocking paths with furniture and fire, but it was only temporary. Finally, Jason broke open a ventilation shaft and pushed Beth and Joey out. When he tried to follow, he got stuck. In desperation, he broke his own shoulder to squeeze through, but before he could escape, a giant creature grabbed his legs. Jason told Beth to protect Joey at all costs and was dragged back into the bunker, fighting to his last breath to buy them time. Beth and Joey escaped, but soon found themselves trapped again. The highway was sealed off with a massive wall. Suddenly, a military helicopter appeared, shining its spotlight on them. Before they could flee, a giant net was dropped, capturing them. Soldiers injected them and tested their blood. It revealed the shocking truth. both Beth and Joey were infected. This virus spread through the air. Once infected, people didn't even realize they carried it. With no cure available, the government's only solution was extermination. Jason, however, had survived in the bunker, mutated by the virus, stronger, but no longer the man he once was. He returned in a monstrous form, slaughtering soldiers until bullets finally brought him down. Beth too transformed, fighting ferociously to protect Joey, but was eventually shot. Joey, enraged at her parents' fate, nearly lost control herself, but Beth stopped her, ensuring she wouldn't become a monster. At the end, Joey encountered the same neighbor boy from the beginning. He led her and Beth to a hidden underground community, other infected people who had learned to control themselves. They weren't mindless monsters, but survivors forced to live in darkness like rats. The real monsters, it turned out, were not aliens, but humans themselves, people who couldn't control their fear and anger. And with that, the story ends.